Blessings on blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings. I used to be stressing and stressing and stressing, but I kept on blessing and blessing and blessing until I got blessings on blessings on blessings. And now I got blessings on blessings on blessings. Now I got blessings on blessings on blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings, blessings on blessings on blessings.
Stressing. My book up and look at the list. Coming up blessings, so pressure. I ain't nothing from that. Freaking the weather, but I ain't no weather to it. Don't run up on top of the barrel. Sticking the tail, I'm taking the hit. Straight to the kingdom, like it's what you with.
They calling out songs that they had to get me. Needing that vessel, they had to complete me. Got a new name and they could only fit me. Give you the truth, but they give you one dick. Living this life, they be trying to trick me. Man in the drug, they been trying to kick me. Angels all around me saying they with me. Y'all just hang around until they can get me.
But still on myself trying to make me happy. I no more stress, I'm handing out blessings. And it's worth it, number of mistakes. Still outside until I'm great. When I'm getting great, I'm happy. I'm the hatred. All the places that long food. All about loving, all about enemies.
All of my youth, that was all around me. I got a bunch of boys that's about me. I had to also just like found me. Now I'm sitting on my phone and they found me. Boss of the rich over trying to drown me. But no, you can never confound me. Cause you know nothing about me. I am the all, you can never count me.
Yeah. It's right. Got me thinking something like, you ain't legit, I gotta quit. I never had a rollie on my wrist, but that don't mean it ain't my time in this bitch. I come in this bitch with my niggas, we click. And I'm getting high at the flick of a bitch. You niggas blind, you be left in the ditch. You niggas dying at the end of a stick. I'ma go back and not licking like Vic. And I'm speeding, I ain't getting no ticket. I smoke a weed and when I finish, I flick it. Swerving in this bitch, but I never nick it. I'm putting her down on the knee like a midget. I come in there strong arming like I'm lit. I swerving a strong car with a shit. Knocking the Sean John off his feet. He was spending like 4 as they hitting me flip. I blow like flip. Put it up in the pot like drip. No, a nigga don't stop till he into that clip. So you don't wanna see it coming off that hit. Better hear these words coming off of my lips. Listen, selling they sold for a couple of chips. Keeping the cold while you rocking the six. You niggas gon' fold, I'ma stand on my kick. I told my mama I'ma stand on my team. I'm like Obama, yeah, I'm coming again. Cotton comments looking like I be winning. I stay away from drama, fuck all the shit. I got these shades on my eyes like I'm pinning. I be so fly, so I admit it. If I die, then I'm lying and fibbing. If you trying, you can tie like a ribbon. Son, I ain't lying, but I'm never kidding. If I never shine, then I'm never living. If bitch ain't a dime, then I never chillin'. If I'm the line, then I never kill 'em. No, I never kill him. I just look to see if Abba done sealed him. Keep it a tail if Abba ain't healed him. We do not care if you got him a billion. We do not fear, we don't be in our feelings. I hold it in spirit when I want barrel, let go of my children. My staff in my hand like I'm a pilgrim. Running out water the blood while you feel me. Just in that water the flood all the bills. Leave us they hidden once Abba revealed it. They hidden once Abba revealed it.
Sleeping at night, the fuck I ain't telling no lies. Selling drugs, but I keep it all lies. Yeah, I be looking like lights. To the day, I be looking like twice. But James said I am not that nice.
I would not knock my fight. I put the spirit on your boy one night. Wrestle with an angel, couldn't avoid that fight. And your boy a new name when he came into the light. Looking at Messiah like, tell me what it's like. He gave me a cup and I drank it like Sprite. I used to be black, now I'm missing out a light. Grace in the sky, looking flyer to the kite. Reading Revelation with the fire in the eyes. With the fires in the sky, nothing that I'm looking like a firefly. Such the truth, but you listen to the lies. You gotta do, can I say the lies?
Peace, brother Cut.
Ask and you shall receive, right?
I'm a go to forget you and abdominal. Spit the truth, I did this so phenomenal. Yeah, selling yourself for some dollars low. In the field, I be working blue collar raw. Heard to the show, put it right on my collarbone. Sure, calling my name, so I followed them home. I followed them, we ended up on the throne. These niggas so quick when I put a chrome. I be bulletproof when you shoot up in the bullet zone. Got to do this in the cab, yeah, I should've known. Selling out your homie with some racks that you couldn't own. Nigga be hit me 6 packs, they don't like the tone. But you know you never hear me lagging on the microphone. I be cutting through the marrow, cutting through the bone. Going on the path that be narrow, cutting through the stone. I be ducking to the barrel, let my people go on road. Trying to follow in the water, we gon' leave you so fast. Trying to mess with us, I'm on your ass. Cut your mouth writing checks that your ass can't cash. Trying to be first, had to be last. Yeah, me and all my people about to get the last laugh. Be the valedictorian of my class. Get an A++ when I finish my task.
Yeah, oh my yeah, oh yeah.
Well, Brother Cut, you never know what may come up in the meal here at the School of Marvelous Light. Because it's like a breeze, you know. You never know when the breeze is coming and where it's going. So it is with the meal that you eat here at the School of Marvelous Light. It may be a planned out meal, but sometimes, you know, Abba likes to throw the ingredients that he wants to put into the meal. So there's not any plan of any psalms being in this meal, but it just may be. But if you got some that you want to share with the little flock, feel free to do so, my brother. Brother Chuck in the building. Peace to you, my beloved brother. We'll be getting started shortly, little flock. We're going to start the reading in John, the book of John 16. So that's where we'll be starting. For anybody that wants to follow along, like I say, I always advise that you do. Thank you for that, Brother Cut. We'll cover those scriptures at the end of this message if Abba allows, Abba willing. We have enough time to do it. We'll take a hop, skip, and a jump over to those scriptures as well. Thank you for that. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I know it's early. Not so much for you, Brother Cut, maybe the evening for you. But it's early over here in my neck of the woods. But as we always say, the early bird gets the worm. So the early sheep, he gets the delicious smorgasbord. You see how that works, little flock? So we're going to drop some early meal for the little flock today. And you guys know that Abba leads us from one camp to another, ultimately to the promised land. If you know the story of the Israelites, you know that God takes you from one camp to another. So you're traveling and you're going from place to place.
Well, this is going on internally inside of the body. And this is what I want the little flock to understand at this time. The traveling that Abba is doing with the Israelites is happening inside of the body, not outside of it. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It doesn't come with outward observation. Listen at that right there, little flock. I want y'all to hear that nice and good. The kingdom of heaven cometh not with outward observation. Look at that. It has nothing to do with what you see outside of yourself. So then what is the alternative to that? The place the grandson keeps telling you guys. Inside of you. If Abba has made you a watchman, he has set you up to be a watchman of the heart, not anything else, because Abba judges the heart. So if he's judging something, then shouldn't you be watching that something? If that's what he's looking at, yeah. You see? But men don't understand these things. Men think everything that is important is outside of him. And it's going on outside of him. As the Bible says, the world speaks of its own. It speaks of outward appearance. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it speaks about. Things going on outside of you. And so people that live on that frequency of power is outside of me, they will listen to all of that stuff. Well, that's all they will listen to. You see, they will not hear the truth. They love darkness rather than light. They have made lies their refuge. Listen at those words. If the truth makes you free and you have made lies your refuge, then you're indeed not free, are you? Brother Cut said early evening. All right. Early evening, early morning. So now we're going to get into something, little flock, because like I said, we're traveling on the internal parts of the body. And right now, I told you guys, we're coming from one place to another, which is the heart. Now, I did some reconnaissance there so I could tell you guys what you need to be looking out for. And one of those things is your heart saying lies concerning your state. This is what you're looking out for. Do you understand what I'm telling to you, little flock? The heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? It's desperately wicked. Who can know it? In other words, it's always looking outside of itself for salvation. Who can know what it will come up with next to put its mind on for salvation or for power? Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Who knows what will be its next thing that it will look at and decide it is more powerful than the truth? Who knows? Because it's constantly doing it, because that's all it does when it doesn't have right thought leading it to the promised land. Do you see that? When it doesn't have salvation leading it, when it doesn't have Joshua, which is the same thing I've been saying, which is salvation. You see what I'm saying, little flock? When you don't have that leading you, then what? What are you going to have? You're going to have something outside of you convince you of your state. Do you see what I'm saying to you? All right. I hope you do. So we're going to go to John 16, like I said, little flock. Now, the heart is desperately wicked. So the heart thinks lies of its state. I need y'all to understand what I mean by saying that. Your state is the state of being that you're in every day. Your heart thinks lies concerning your state of being every day. Not the truth. The truth is the light. And the light is the life of men. I need y'all to hear this stuff I'm saying. The light is the truth. That's the life of a man. So that's how a man will live, by that light. When you're in a room, there's no light on, you don't know what's going on in there. So then you only assume what's going on. And sometimes those assumptions could be wrong. Right? But when the light is on, you don't need to assume. See what I'm trying to say to you? So your heart can't be deceived when the light is on. Like a child. I'm scared of the dark. Why? Because the boogeyman's gonna jump out and get me. Turn the light on. Where's the boogeyman? I think he's there in the closet. Shine a flashlight in there. Where? I think he ran up under my bed. Shine a flashlight in there. Where? Where's this boogeyman you're talking about? I guess he ran away, Dad. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? When the light was off, he thought the boogeyman was scurrying around in there. But when the light came on, he saw there was no boogeyman. So what was the state of his heart when the light was off versus when it was on? Come on. When the light was off, what was the state of his heart? You guys answer that. What was the state of his heart when the light was off? Make sure we're all on the same page. That's right, brothers. Fearful. Isn't that easy to understand? So now, it's okay for us to say fearful, but we need to understand what kind of things that make him fearful. So what kind of thoughts was he having when the light was off? We know they're fearful, but what kind of fearful thoughts? Thoughts like what? Let's dissect this a little bit more. In other words, when we eat something, we should probably taste it, since we're not a Neanderthal that just shoves it in and chomps a few times and swallows without tasting it. I told you guys about a dog. You throw it to him. You're like, Fido, did you taste it? Or did you just swallow it without tasting? You didn't savor it. You see that? But we're sophisticated. But we are sophisticated. And so therefore, when we sit down to partake of our meal, when we eat it, we savor it upon our palate, tasting every morsel and every taste that could be tasted when we taste. Do you understand, little flocculators? Y'all understand what I'm saying? We savor, or else what's the point of eating? Beasts don't care about a savor. He don't season his meat. He doesn't even cook it. He just eats it. Y'all understand? There's a difference. All right? So Brother Cut said dying. Chuck says he's not safe. He's not protected. There we go. There we go. Now we're tasting the flavor of that hamburger that they served up in the dark. We don't like that hamburger that they serve in the dark. Why don't we like it, little flock? Because we can't see it. And since we can't see it, we don't actually know what we're eating. We know what you told us, but we don't like the in the dark hamburger because it might be a rat burger. It might be a mouse burger. It could be a civet burger or a bat burger. But when the light is on, I can see good and damn well if this is some grade A ground chuck or not. Do you understand? Taste it to see. That's what they say when you're in the dark. Taste it. Well, we're tasting it. I taste worms in there. I'm not safe. That's worms up in that shit. I'm not protected. This nigga got parasites in this meat. This must be swine. I don't want to eat that. Do y'all understand how the spirit actually operates? Because it's about time that you do. You can't be saved if you don't know how it operates, because that means you're not one with it. And in order to be saved, you must be one with. Not thinking that is outside of you. Do you see how that working, what I'm saying? Not thinking that it has anything to do with something outside of you. That's not one with something. There's me, and then there's the God I serve. That's not one with, is it? But hear, O Israel, our power is one. Isn't that what we're supposed to be understanding here? That our power is one? So it's not two, it's not three, it's not separated at all. It's one. But when you're in that dark room, you have thoughts like I'm not protected and I'm unsafe. So do you understand what kind of thoughts you have when you're living in the dark? See how people don't even know what I mean when I say living in the dark? They think it means some kind of dark place where there's no light. No, it means you actually have the sun and everything. You have a light luminescent beam and everything all around you. You have lights everywhere. You have neon lights. You have LED lights. You have halogen lights. You have all kinds of lights around you, but you're still dwelling in darkness because you feel unsafe. See? Just like the child in the dark room. So then you're in a dark room. You don't know what you're around. You don't actually know what things are. That's what it means. You're ignorant. And that's what it means to be in darkness, to be ignorant of what things are. But when you're no longer ignorant, then you understand that you have dominion over everything in that room. Who's more powerful in the room than you are? grandson, it could be a lion in there. I have dominion over that. Next. It could be a big ass hippopotamus in there, grandson. I have dominion over that big fat ass nigga. So tell me something else. I have dominion. And if I have dominion, then I'm not afraid of anything because I have dominion over it. I am the most powerful in the room. Tell me I'm not. Look at the carnal mind. You're saying you're the most powerful in the room? How could you say such a thing? So blasphemous. Was Christ accused of saying things that were blasphemous? Yeah. So then if I'm one with Christ, then shouldn't I be accused of it as well? Yeah, I guess so. It ain't no guess, nigga. You wasn't guessing when you was accusing me. So then why you guessing now? Because I've embraced who I am. And that's an anomaly. And it's also an enigma. I told you I'm the enigma, man. You guys can feel however you want to feel. I'm telling you the truth. Because I don't have any reason to lie when I have dominion, do you? You lie when you don't feel like you have dominion. But the truth in the light of men is that you do. Did you not read Genesis? Who was given dominion? The dog? The butterfly? The virus? The beast? A dragon? A behemoth? A demon? A lord of flies? Belial? Yaldabaoth, or however the hell you say it? Osiris? Buddha? Krishna? Who was given dominion? Once you see who was given dominion, then you know where dominion is. You're no longer afraid. So do you see how it's about the state of being, considering what you know and what you don't know? My people are destroyed because they're in darkness and don't have any what? See how this is going, little flock? See? So when you don't know, you let people whisper in your ear and tell you, hey, yeah, that's a cheeseburger you're eating there. Go ahead and take a big ass bite of it. Okay, I don't know what I have here, but he said it's a cheeseburger. So don't you know niggas lie? Don't you know people lie? But why would he want to lie to me? So that he can have dominion over you. That's all this is about. You not knowing you have dominion. But you do. That's the light and life of men, isn't it? What's going to cause a man to feel life-giving feelings? The fact that he has dominion or the fact that he doesn't? Stop playing here. Stop playing here. I told you, I make this shit so crystal clearly. And why? Because I dwell in a peculiar light. I dwell in a light to where I don't need any halogen. I don't even need any solar. I don't even need that sun up there to see what the hell's going on. Why do you think it says that the day of the Lord is darkness and not light? Because the darkness will prove who actually has light in their dwellings and who doesn't. You guys didn't read about Exodus, huh? Guess y'all didn't read nothing in the Bible. Therefore, y'all don't know what's to come. If you had known what was, then you would know what's to come, because there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new. So then why are you trying to act like it is? It ain't. It ain't. Now, I asked all the questions about what the feelings you have in dark. What about when the father comes in and turns the light switch on and looks in the closet and all under the bed and there's nothing there? Then what kind of feelings do you have? Okay. My brothers, answer that, and then we'll move on forward. What kind of feelings you got now that the light's on and your dad checked everything and you saw there wasn't no boogeyman? Now, what kind of thoughts do you have? What kind of feelings do you have? Secure. There we have it, Brother Cut. That's one new state of being, isn't it? See, it's not about even just a new thought. It's about a new thought and a whole new state of being. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. See why you got to be watching what you think in your heart? You don't need to watch nothing else. These niggas is crazy telling you to watch something else. When Christ said, if they say look here or look there, don't listen to them niggas. So then don't listen to them. If they say look here and look there, don't listen. Then where should he be saying for you to look? For you to listen to him? Well, where am I telling you to look? Look at there. I'm telling you to look inside at your heart. You should notice it's different from what the world tells you to look at. Yes, the prophecies are being fulfilled here. As we can see, China over there, outside of you, China is doing this. And because they did that, did you see what Donald Trump, another nigga that's outside of you, did you see what Donald Trump did? He did these tariffs. Do you know what that means? That means there's a trade war going on. So then, therefore, you need to be feeling like this because of that. Why? So that I can prove that these niggas got dominion over me? That's what you want me to do. I told y'all I'm not going for that because why? I don't go for that. No, no. And neither should you. I don't go for that. No, no. And neither should you. Shit, neither should you. You shouldn't go for that shit neither. You should sing the same song I'm singing. I don't go for that. Nigga having dominion over me. What he do impacts me? Are you crazy as hell or what? I'm telling you that what another nigga do has no bearing on you. See, the boogeyman is exposed for not actually being there. Now, you said you feel secured. What else do you feel? Brother Chuck said safe, secure, calm, and protect. Isn't that the opposite of how you feel in the dark? Are y'all noticing this? Now, what happens inside of you once you see there's no boogeyman? A calm comes upon you. So then, do you see what the grandson keeps trying to tell the flock about Yahushua on that water when he said, peace be still? On the water, he said it. Why was he on the water? Because the sea represents your emotions of fear. When they get all out of whack, the storm comes. That's your emotions in a fearful state. There is only one emotional state you should be in. What is that? Calm. Look at there. That's the true emotion of a man. That's the light of a man, isn't it? When he's calm. But when darkness comes in settling on in, then what changes? His state of being from calm to fear. And when he's fearful, he starts to panic. And he will marvel over the one who doesn't panic. He will think the one who doesn't panic is a weirdo. He will think the one who doesn't panic is strange. He will think the one who doesn't panic is an enigma. How do I know? Because they said, what manner of man is this that the wind and shit is obeying him? Obeying him means he is exercising his dominion. Do you understand what I'm saying today or what? Because it's connecting like Legos. If you guys say it's not, something wrong with you. Is it connecting like Legos for you, little flock, before I continue? Because if it's not, then I won't continue. But if it is, then I shall. That's right, Brother Cut. A great calm. Do you see it? Brother Cut said, a new dawn, a new day, a new life, and I am. See it? When the light comes on, that's what starts to happen. Brother Cut, are you experiencing that newness of life and I am? Are you experiencing it? Since you're the one that said it, are you experiencing that in your life? Were you in darkness and were wallowing around in that darkness, not knowing about the truth of I am? But now you're walking in a newness of life. Why is that? Then, if you are, first of all, we need to confirm you are. Brother Cut says, I am enlightened. You see that? So then, there's a change that's taking place in your heart, isn't it? And it's happening now. There's a sprouting of a seed taking forth in your heart, isn't it? And now you're walking in that newness. And now you're fighting the good fight of faith now for that newness. Right? Fighting to not go down in the basement where it's dark, where you're being tempted to come back down in there. Come back to ignorance. Come back to you're not safe. Come back to you're not loved. Come back down here again. No, nigga, why would I want to come to that hellhole? You only want to come there because you believe it. See what I mean about people having dominion over you? You only get afraid by what they do if you feel like what they do has dominion over you. And people do. They feel like these niggas got dominion over you. They're governing me. So then I have to react to what they say. Which should be governing you? Man or the power? What should be governing you? Well, everybody will answer that question in the same answer, but they don't act like it. So do you see that, Brother Cut? How you understand this, even though it's foolishness to the world? There's people that come here, every live stream that I do, there's some idiot, some person who's in the dark who comes here and acts all confused, even though I'm out of my own mouth telling them I'm an enigma. Why would they expect me to act in a way that's normal to them? See what I'm trying to say? How people are dull, deaf, can't hear, can't see, can't understand. Proving that they're in the darkness. They'll come and start telling me things about myself outwardly. And I'm the one preaching about that's not what it's about. But they'll come telling me about outward appearance. Hey, grandson, your beard, it looks like this. Hey, man, you're talking like that. Hey, man, you look like this. Hey, man, it's all outward. That's all they have to ever talk to me about is outward, not about my heart. That's what I'm talking about. See how they're not even focusing on that at all? Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now I've just proven that dichotomy to you from a child. They're in a room that's dark. They have dark feelings, dark thoughts. But if they come into the light, they have light feelings and light thoughts, which cause them to feel calm. And then that gives you your dominion, because that's the truth of a man's life, is he has dominion. I told you that's in Genesis. If you read it, you'll see it. When did it ever change? God doesn't change. Does he? Check and see. That's why Israel is not cut off, because God doesn't change. Do you understand what I mean by saying that? The Bible says if God changed, Jacob would not even be a nation. He wouldn't even be a people anymore. There wouldn't be any remnants of him left. He'd be completely destroyed off the earth. But because God doesn't change, he still has a remnant. Do you see what I mean? Which means when he says something, or he says something is, then it won't change. It is what it is once he said it. His word will not come back to him void. So if he said, I give you this forever, then it will be. And it's because he said it, not because you did anything. You can't do nothing to make his promises come to pass. You can't do nothing to earn the great gift that he gave you as well. So there's no need in acting like that's what gave you the gift. But men insist on doing that. They insist on, in their pride, acting like they did something to get the gift of God. You didn't. It was his own election. It was his own election. Do you see it? All right. Now we're about to read, little flock. We're about to read. John 16. Watch this, little flock. Verse 1. All right. Before I do this, Brother Chuck, Brother Cut, y'all put a 7 in the chat. Let me know that y'all with me before I start reading. Stay on the same page here. If you can. I know you may be busy or maybe doing something. Thank you, Brother Chuck. All right, thank you, my brothers. Let's continue. John 16, verse 1. These things have I spoken unto you, that you should not be offended. Stop. When we read the scripture, first of all, we need to get 2 points clarified. Who's talking and who the he is talking to. So in this case, who's speaking here before we continue? Who's the speaker? Okay, thank you, Brother Cut. That's right. All right. And who is he speaking to? That's another point that we need. That's right, Brother Chuck. So we all on the same page, all at the plane together, the way it should be, with no iniquity. And who is he speaking to? That's right. His children that have fallen from grace. Okay. Chuck says the branches. That's right. You see it? His branches. And he's going to tell them something so that, and he says, I don't want you to be offended. That's not why I'm telling it to you. So then I need you to hear that then, branches. You see that? I need y'all to hear it. Your inclination is to get offended by what you're going to hear. Okay? So then now let's focus on what we're going to hear, and let's make sure that we don't get offended, okay, by anything that we're told. And offended doesn't just mean, oh man, gee, I don't want to hear that. It's not what it means. It means don't want to endure it as well. Hear that good. Offended means you don't want to endure it. Like turn the other cheek. Like render good for evil. People are offended at hearing that kind of stuff, which means it's not that they go, oh, I don't want to hear that. That's not what it means. It means they'll hear it, but they won't do it. That's the offense they have. I'm not going to do that crap. And they don't do it. You see what I mean? All right. These things have I spoken to you that you should not be offended. So I'm telling you this so that you won't be. You hear that, little flock? They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yeah. The time comes that whosoever kills you will think that he does power service. Stop. Kill doesn't just mean physically. Nigga, you're preaching the word of God, nigga, run up with an Uzi. Brrr, tired of hearing that, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit no more. You hear what I'm saying? It doesn't just mean that. It means cut you out of their midst. As he said earlier, put you out of the synagogue. That's killing you. Putting you out. Telling you that what you're saying, you're crazy. You're out of your mind. You're mad. You're foolish. Do you understand that, little flock? Okay, this is just a side note, just came to me, little flock, but it's relevant. Okay, and I want you to hear it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay. Like I said, this is just a side note. The book of Mark, chapter 3. I want y'all to hear this good, little flock. And then we're going to jump back to John. But like I said, the Spirit wants us, like I said, Brother Cut, the Spirit just takes us. This is one of those moments I'm telling you about. Mark chapter 3. Let's start at verse. Let's see. Okay. Let's start at verse 13. Mark chapter 3, verse 13. Watch this, little flock. And he goeth up into a mountain, and calleth unto him whom he would. And they came unto him. He called who he wanted to call up to that mountain, and they came to him. And he ordained 12, that they should be with him, and that he might send them forth to preach, and to have power to heal sicknesses, and to cast out devils. Now, what does that mean, little flock? Because people think this means some outward manifestation of power. You put your hands on a person, they were sick, and then they go, and they stand up and start dancing and everything. Cast out devils. Some niggas sitting there, and you say, get out of there in the name of Jesus Christ. Put a crucifix on the nigga head and everything, and put some oil on that nigga and spray some holy water, and then the demon come out, and the demon comes out and everything. This is what people think that means. I told you there are two different worlds. There's a spiritual world, there's a carnal one. I'm going to tell you the spiritual. The person who feels they're not secure is sick, because the truth is that they are. Yahushua come to bring you that truth, that you're safe, you're protected in love. That's why he said, look at the sparrow, look at the birds. Why would he tell you to look if he don't want you to look? Look at them. Look at how they live. Abba feed them and provide for them and takes care of them. Every day he does it. But you think that he doesn't take care and provide for you, even though the bird doesn't even work. He doesn't toil or spin. But he clothed him with feathers. He put him in a nest. He gave him a tree, and he gave him berries to eat and worms and everything else. Do you understand the point of what I'm saying? Abba takes care of it, even though it didn't do anything to earn Abba's care. So shall it be with us. So if you don't know that, then you're going to live like you don't know it. I got to do this, and I have to take care of that, and stress comes on. That's not a righteous, calm feeling, is it? Stress and calm don't go together. See what I'm saying to you? So that's a sickness. Is in your thoughts and in your feelings is where a nigga is sick. Devils means the things that's making him sick. Devil mean an unclean message. So then the unclean message is you're not safe. That's a demon. I'm not safe. Oh, a lie. A deception is a demon. So you cast the lies out with the truth. You're safe. I am safe. I'll tell you how it works. That's putting the light on a person. So then they say, hold on, wait a minute. You're not scared. You're not worried about anything. How can I be more like that? You see what I'm trying to say? Let your light shine, that men may see it and come to it. That's what the Bible say. So do you see what I mean about the power that he gave you? And Simon, he surnamed Peter. And James, the son of Zebedee, and John, the brother of James. And he surnamed them Boanerges, which is the sons of thunder. And Andrew, and Philip, and Bartholomew, and Matthew, and Thomas, and James, the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, and Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, which also betrayed him. Did y'all hear that, little flock of ladies? Those are all the men he called up there. And they went into a house. And the multitude cometh together again, so that they could not so much as eat bread. And when his friends heard of it, stop. Whose friends? Before I continue and make sure we're at the plane. When whose friends heard of it, little flock? That's right, Brother Chuck. To heal them of the sickness is wrong thought and judgment. There you have it. See, this is our world. This is our world. See how the world can't hear these breakdowns? Why? Because they're carnal. They can only hear it carnally. Okay, they're in the church. I told you guys about Pastor Jennings. Come out of him. Come out. He says he's an apostle. So then, in other words, he should have power to cast this devil out. Come out of him. Come out in the name of Jesus Christ. Come out. Come out. Come out. Come out. He can scream all day. That nigga didn't come out. How come he didn't come out? Because that's not how you deliver a nigga of a devil. That's just how the carnal mind think it. So then carnal-minded people will do that kind of stuff so that men can look and say, wow. Didn't the Bible say they do all they do to be seen of men? Conslicer. So then, therefore, that couldn't be cast out of devil, because if he had the power to do it, wouldn't the devil have left that nigga? Yeah, but it didn't. Skeet and deedly, they can't understand me. All right, thank you, Brother Cut. Yahusha's friends. That's what we were saying, right? When Yahusha's friends heard what? That he had went and collected these men together, gave them new names and everything. When they heard of that, what did they do? Let's see, little flock. When his friends heard of it, verse 21, they went out to lay hold on him. For they said, he is beside himself. Stop. So his friends said that he was what? They went to lay hold of him because they said he was what? Beside himself. What does that mean, little flock? If your friend said, hey, man, Brother Chuck, man, let's go talk to him, man. He's a little beside himself. What are they saying about you, Brother Chuck? Man, Brother Cut, he think he doing something out there, man. Let's go talk to him, man. He beside his damn self. What that mean? There you go. That's right, Brother Chuck. That's right, Brother Cut. That's right, family. That's what they're gonna say. Hey, man, what the hell this nigga talking about? He sound like he crazy. He tripping. Let's go put him back into subjection. Right? Lay hold of him. And that what do they mean when they say let's go lay hold of him? What they mean, brothers? When they say let's go lay hold on him. What they mean? Nigga done lost it, man. So what they got to do? They got to go put you in your right senses, right? They're going to go humble you, right? They're going to bring you back to reality off your high horse. Isn't that what that means? I would say that's what it means. What would you guys say? That's right, Brother Cut. Let's remind him of the programming that we have put upon him. Isn't that true? Let's remind him of what we say he is. Isn't that the truth? Of what we think about him. What did they think about Yahusha? Did they think he was valuable? They said nothing good comes out of Nazareth. Did they think he was valuable? All right. So now let's continue. So Christ's friends said he's beside himself. He think he's something he ain't. In other words, y'all see that? Okay. Now, we see that's how they feel about him. Now we need to see Yahushua's response to all of this, right? Okay. Now let's read the next verse, verse 22. Well, let's read 21 again, and then let's read 22. And when his friends heard of it, they went out to lay hold on him, for they said, he is beside himself. And the scribes, which came down from Jerusalem, said, he hath Beelzebub. Beelzebub, it means the Lord of Flies. Death. The enemy, Satan, however you want to call him. He hath Beelzebub, and by the prince of the devils, devils means deceivers. So by the prince of the deceivers, he cast out deceivers. That's how he's able to do it. That's how come they're listening to him, because he's their king. That's what they said. His friends said he's crazy. So listen at what's being said in these two verses. Now, it didn't take a long time for them to get their ideas of him. His friends thought he was crazy. The scribes and all the Pharisees and everything thought that he was a damn devil and the leader of the devils. That's what they thought. So then, do you see why he says, I'm telling you this so that you won't be offended? So then when you're talking in the world, look how I'm explaining this. When you're talking to the world, just like I told you guys, people come here all the time to me. Look at this guy. He's crazy. See? I'm not offended you're saying that because of this verse I've just read to you all. Christ's friends thought that he was. Didn't it say that? The religious people thought that he was a devil. Didn't it say that? So if I listen to you guys, my friends, look at there. If I listen to my friends, if I listen to the people that so-called know me, if I listen to the religious leaders, then I will never be who I am. I will be who they want me to be, which is powerless, which is weak, which is a jellyback, which is a poop butt, which is... What's a better way of saying? No, I won't say it. I won't use those type of words right now, little fly. I think you guys catch my drift. So let's continue. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? Look at that. If a kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. No man can enter into a strong man house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. See that, little fly? Who you are is your strong man. Who you are is based upon faith, not sight. You believe it, though it looks like you're not that man. You see, that's faith. That's the strong man. So who you are will be broken down if your strong man is bound. His friends and those scribes and those Pharisees are trying to bound Christ's strong man. Can't you see it? Let's go lay hold on him. Lay hold means to bind. Gosh, golly, can you guys hear what I'm saying to you? So then your friends, your family, the people around you that so-called know you, and the religious leaders of the day will all think that you're evil. They will all think you're nasty. They will all think you're crazy. They will all think you're mad. They will all think you're beside yourself. Who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? Now, you're supposed to be my friend, but yet let me ask you, what do you think I am? And watch what that friend honestly thinks about you. I think you're a slave. I think you're nothing but a go along to get along jellyback. I think you're nothing but a pushover. So why in the hell you ain't my friend? If you thinking and feeling that kind of way about me, and you will go tooth and nail fighting with me to keep me in that low vibrational state. Oh my God, you ain't no friend to me. Be not friends with the world. Gosh. Like that nigga Napoleon Dynamite. Gosh. That's how I feel when I'm telling the word of God sometimes. Gosh. People can't hear this or something? Shit. Okay? So now, that was a side note so that you understand how people felt about him. He's beside himself when he's walking in who he is. He's beside him. Who the hell do you think he is? So, like I've told you guys about who I am. Many people have come to me with that same ass energy. Who you think you are? You think you're somebody special or something? What are we supposed to listen to you? We're supposed to follow you or something, grandson? That's what you're trying to tell me? If I am leading you to where God wants me to lead you, if he has set me up to lead you to somewhere, then yes. Oh, hell no, I ain't doing that. Why? You don't like who God has set up? It's not a surprise. I just told you about Yahusha. What about David? What about Joseph? You're going to see the same information, aren't you? Joseph's own brothers. Joseph is beside himself. No, he's not. He's just telling the truth. Did they have to come and bow to him? Were they offended because a long time before they did that, he told them that they were going to do that? Was it wrong for him to tell them that because it was true? Was it wrong? In other words, was he lying when he said that? No, but look how his brothers acted when he said it, even though they did it anyway. So your brothers and family and people intimate with you are only happy when you lie. They're only happy when you decrease your light. They're only happy when you decrease yourself to fit in, to subject yourself, to hoist them above you as better than you. That's the only way they like to be around you. I don't know if people can hear this. If this is what I'm saying isn't true, why did Christ say he come with a dividing sword to divide these exact relationships? Fathers, sons, mother, mother-in-law, son-in-law, brothers, all that shit. He coming to cut that. Why are you coming to cut it if it's supposed to stay together? Now, do you see why it's not supposed to stay together? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That's right, Brother Chuck. They got deaf ears. They can't hear. Remember, you got to have an ear to hear this. All right. Now back to John 16, little flockulators. If I can, because my battery is getting low on my device, y'all. As usual, you know how that is. Okay. Okay, he says, you should be put out of the synagogues. The time comes that whosoever killeth you will think that he does God a service. And these things they will do to you because they have not known the Father nor me. See that? They do these things because they don't know the Father and they don't know the Son. In other words, they don't know love and they don't know that they are loved. See what I'm trying to say? You can't know you're loved if you're afraid of the dark. If you're afraid of things that's in the dark that aren't actually there, then you don't know you're loved. But when the light is on, your Father checks everything and he makes you feel safe, then you know you're loved. So the one that dwell in the light know he's loved. The ones who are in darkness don't know they're loved. So they don't know the Father or the Son. Do they? Nope. See how that's working? But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, you may remember that I told you of them. See? So when this hate starts to come, when you start to sprout, then you're going to see the people try to keep you unsprouted. You understand what I'm saying? When you sprout, your family and everybody's going to try to keep you from sprouting, and then you're going to see it. You're going to see it, and you're going to see who it's coming from, those intimate people in your life. You're like, damn, my mother, shit, my father, my sisters, brothers, friends, they're all trying to keep me in this good, smiling, nice guy, polite guy state. Just take it all. Just do whatever I say to do. Sure. Step and fetch it, guy. That's what they're making you. And that's what they want you to remain. They're designed to keep you in that state. But sprout gonna sprout, even if it's buried under concrete. Continuing. Okay? Continuing. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. So you didn't need to know this because you were in that light. Now, when the Father leaves out of the room, you have to remember what he's told you. So if you turn the light back off and say, go back to sleep, you have to dwell as though you're in the light still. Do you hear what I'm trying to say? Hell with trying to say. Do you hear what I'm saying? When your Father turned the light off, you have to remain in the state as if your Father's in there with the light on still. Soon as he leave, most kids, turn the light back on. Dad, come back in here. Stay with me until I fall asleep, please. Do you hear it? So that's why I didn't say that into you at the beginning, but because I was with you. See? But now I'm telling you, because I'm about to leave out the room, and I'm telling you, remember what I said? Remember that I told you these things, that when the light goes off, those thoughts are going to come back to try to get on you again. I'm afraid. I'm not safe. I'm insecure. I'm unsecure. I'm not in a good position. Those kinds of thoughts are going to come when I leave. So remember I told you that they're going to come before I leave, so that when I leave, you're prepared for when they come. Do you understand that? But now I go my way to him that sent me, and none of you ask me, whither goest thou? But because I have said these things to you, sorrow hath filled your heart. See it? Okay, son, I'm about to go back out here now. You stay on in here. But Dad, but no. Son, you didn't even ask me where I'm going. Sorrow just filled your heart because I said I'm going. Right, little fly? Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. So the Comforter is outside of the room. Hope you hear it, little flockulators. The Comforter is outside of the room. When the Father leaves out of the room, turns the light off, closes the door and everything, he leaves, he's going to send you a Comforter while you're in there laying in that dark-ass room. He's going to send you the Comforter to remind you of the light, to remind you of everything the Father has said to you, right? Don't worry, baby. I am safe. Now, is that happening to you guys when you come into the School of Marvelous Light? Do you have a person here reminding you, I'm safe, I'm blessed? I don't give a damn what these niggas say. I don't give a damn what they do. Don't you have to be like that? So then I'm reminding you to be, even by singing a little silly song. I don't give a damn what they say. Don't give a damn what they done said. Don't give a damn what they do. My Abba is good. I'm safe, despite how it look. Isn't that what I teach you? So then do you see how I'm being a comforter to those who are in darkness while the Father had left, who my Father had dipped off? I'm reminding you. Do you see how it's connecting like Legos? Well, let's continue. If it can't connect, let's make it connect. Okay? But because I've said these things to you, sorrow hath filled my heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient that I go away. If I don't, the Comforter won't come. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. See? And when he has come, so who's going to send him? Yahushua said he will. When I go back to where I came from, I'm going to send him in there. Okay? Hey, man, go talk to my sons, man. Go talk to my son in that room. Go comfort him and let him know that he's safe, because he's getting worried again. I can hear him. I hear him crying. He's getting nervous. So then go comfort him. Hey, man, I'm safe. Isn't that what the Comforter would say? Hey, remember what your father told you. There's no boogeyman's here. Just because the light is off doesn't mean a boogeyman surprised or automatically appeared. Has nothing to do with it. There isn't anything there. Your father already shined the light and showed you that. So there's no need for your fear. So then return back home. I am safe. Okay, I'm safe. That's right. Isn't that what the comforter would do? Come lay in the bed with you and shit, hold you, make sure that you're feeling confident again, make sure you're feeling safe again, make sure you're feeling okay again. Okay, then. I will send him unto you. And when he is come, so when he comes, when he come in that room, what will he do? He will reprove the world of sin. So he's going to yell out and say, all of y'all are just lying to my child here. That's all you're doing. You're lying to the child. You're telling the child things that are not true, which is causing him to feel fear. Do you see what I'm saying? That's sin. Hope y'all can hear that today. And of unrighteousness, so he will reprove the world, which means correct. Of sin, of righteousness, what right thinking is. See, like I'm describing to you, I'm safe. And of judgment, there's nothing under the bed, so then don't act like there is. Now you're judging correctly. You're judging things as if you're in the light. That's true judgment because that's where the Father resides. He doesn't reside in darkness, he resides in the light. You are children of the light and not of darkness. You are children of the day and not of night. So I could just connecting the Legos like I told you. Come on. Come on. Of sin, because they believe not on me. So did you hear what I just told you? That's what sin is. You don't believe you're safe. You don't believe you're secure. You don't believe you have dominion. You don't believe you have power. You don't believe you are power. Isn't that what sin is? That's what I'm telling you sin is. What does the world tell you sin is? Hey, man, you had sex and busted a nut. Uh-oh. Hey, man, you ate that. Uh-oh. Hey, man, you drank that. Uh-oh. Do you notice everything they're saying is outside of the body going in it? But what goes from the outside in doesn't defile you. Trying to tell you what do is what come out your heart. That's what I'm telling you about. Uh-oh is what you need to say when you look at that heart and see I am unsafe come up out of there. That's when you need to go, uh-oh. See how I'm reproving it? You can't deny I am. I mean, I'm correcting it. From that bullshit they taught you, sin. You can't even focus on your own thoughts and feelings, which are in disarray, because you're focused on the wrong damn thing, which is causing you to feel in disarray, giving you no rest for your soul. Your soul is your psychological being. You cannot psychologically rest when you're scared of sinning all day and feeling like if you do sin, you're wrong with God. But you don't know what sin is. Yeah, you are wrong with God if you don't feel safe inside of yourself, because that means God doesn't love you. But does he? He said he does. So then that's the truth. That's the light. And that's your life. So if you go away from that, look how I'm just reminding you of it. Come on then. Come on then. I have yet many things to say to you, but you cannot bear them now. So when he's talking about these particular things, he says, you can't even take everything I'm about to tell you. I wish I could tell you. So then look at that, little flock. There's some more stuff he wanted to say that he didn't say. You ever wondered what that some more stuff is? Could it be concerning this comforter he's telling you about? Because that's what he's talking about. That's the context in which he's speaking. Could it be a more information concerning the prophecies about this comforter? Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. But let's keep on reading and see. Howbeit, when he, see how he never changed the subject? Howbeit, there's more I want to tell you, but howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth is come, see, it's talking about the same thing. He didn't change subjects. He will guide you into all truth, for he shall not speak of himself. So when the man comes back into the room is the earth. The earth lies in darkness. Light came unto that darkness, but the darkness comprehended it not. They didn't know that that was the truth. The light came in and dwelt among them. That's what the Bible says. The same book we're reading, which is John. You see it? So when the light departed, it's going to send back forth some light as grace back to those who dwell in the darkness to remind them. That's what we're reading. So he says, he shall not speak of himself. So when he starts talking, he's not going to tell you what he think, but whatsoever he hears. So what he hears is what he's going to speak to you guys. Where is he hearing it? He heard it from the Father. And what else is he going to do? But whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come. You see it? Battery about to die, y'all. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine and shall show it unto you. All right. Now my battery dying, so I'll go ahead and stop there on that real quick, little flock. We'll have to come back another time and finish that. But now we see that there's going to be one sent who's going to remind you. He's not going to tell you anything that he has come up with, anything that he think, anything that is come on, guys, you know it. Anything of man's intellect or what people think is wise and intelligent, that's definitely not what he's going to say, because he will only tell you what he has heard. He will only tell you what he has heard. Now, before my device died, what we're going to get into, which we're going to have to get into another time of the flock, is alone, because that's the name of this message, right? Alone, but not alone. So I'll paraphrase a little bit, and maybe next time we'll be able to read Little Flock, but I'll paraphrase and skim through it, and then we'll go ahead and end this message. Alone, but not alone. When you read in the book of Genesis, you read about a man, don't you? Being created. And then when that man is created, you hear the Father say something. It is not good that man should be alone. You hear that, Little Flock? But we will make a help, meet for him. And then Eve is made, and she's presented to the man, and the man says, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. You should be called woman, for you were taken out of man. And for this reason, a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and they two become one flesh. Do you hear it, Little Flock? Now that event of the man and the woman becoming one flesh is a mystery concerning Christ and his church. Do you hear it? It's a mystery concerning Christ and the church. Do y'all hear that, Little Flock of laters? That's right, Brother Cut. Adam. That's what we talking about. Okay. Now, so it's not good that man should be alone. So he gave him a woman. Now, my question is, Little Flock, was he alone? That's my question. Was Adam alone? That's right, Brother Cut. Isn't that interesting? So the light of man, see how when he thought he wasn't alone, that was darkness. He was ignorant of the fact that he wasn't alone. He thought he was. Why? Because he couldn't see the one who was with him. I don't know if the world can actually hear what I'm saying. Because he couldn't actually see him or touch him or feel him, he thought he was alone. Is this not the same thing with the children of Israel and their power, or in other words, their Father, their God? The Spirit is invisible. So those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. It is impossible to please him without faith. So those who worship him must have faith. So then you have to have faith to believe that he is. This is all scripture I'm quoting. Because he's invisible. So then people have always longed for a God outside of themselves that they could touch, because they thought they were alone. And that makes them feel no longer alone when they can physically touch and see something. But the truth is that you were never alone, because the thing that you are now touching and feeling, watch what I'm about to say, the thing you are saying, flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone, was taken out of what? Where the hell did that thing come from you touch it and feel it on? Where did it come from? Vaughn in the building. Peace, my brother. Peace, peace. That's right, Brother Cut. Check that out right there. So before he could feel all on that woman and rub all on her, caress and hold, and all the things men love to do, hold all on their love, their beloved one, rub all on her and everything, smack her all on the booty and everything. Before you could do all that, where was she? That's my question. Where was she? Inside. That's right, Brother Chuck. She was inside. So now, if that's true, then when the Bible says, return to your first love, is that not what it says in the book of Revelation? Like I said, my device died, so we can't get into it. In the book of Revelation, you'll see where it says, return to your first love. So then in the beginning is the end. Isn't that what God said? I claim the ending from the beginning. So in the beginning, was the man looking at something outside of himself, rubbing all on it and everything? Is that the way it was in the beginning? Come on, watch this cooking we doing. Watch the cooking. Is that the cook? Is that the cooking? Is that the first love of man? What he could rub and touch and feel? Is that his first love? See how simple that is, little flock, to understand? The woman, we're using woman for our example here, that he's rubbing and touching all on, or Eve, that he's rubbing and touching all on, is not his first love, little flock. I just proved it to you. He claimed the end from the beginning. Well, what did he say in the beginning? What did he say before man shouldn't be alone and make a helpmeet? What did he say before that? Male and female created he them and called their name Adam. Male and female created he them and called their name Adam. So the first Adam is the first Adam, male and female. That's my question. Scootin' doodaloo, they can't now watch how carnal-minded people will hear this. They think I'm speaking of some hermaphrodite or some type of what do we call it? Futanari, or what else can we say? Some type of androgynous, see that there? Androgynous being, because they're carnal. That's the only thing they can think of when I say is Adam in the beginning, a male and a female. What does the Bible say? That's what I'm asking you, because the end is the beginning. I'm bringing you, brothers, back to your first love, back to who you were in the beginning before you were deceived out of that truth. That's what I'm bringing you back to. How come I'm the one doing it? Well, we're going to get into why. Come on, brother, cut with the scriptures. Thank you, my brother. Revelation says, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. See that there? So he says, I have somewhat against thee. Who's saying that? The Spirit is saying that to your heart, to the parts in your body that have gone astray, your eyes that are looking outside of yourself. That's not your first love. That's your first deception you received, that you thought you were alone. Because you were being brought into a world of outward appearance. That deceives, doesn't it? So my question still remains. When God made Adam, did he make a male and female? That's my question. I told you how carnal people hear it, but we're not carnal. We're spiritual. We understand what that actually means. Male and female created he them and called their name Adam. We know what it means. I'm asking you guys, is Adam a male and a female from the beginning? So if the ending is the beginning, then what does that mean, guys? That's my question. I'm about to break it down what it means so that there's discrepancy for anybody listening. Because like I said, I know how the carnal mind hears these things. I know. All right. So man, or when he made man, he made them male and female. They were split. You see, they were split. Or in other words, the female was taken out of the man. So the female aspect of the original being was removed so that the male could see his counterpart. He could touch his counterpart. He could behold his counterpart. Do you understand that? Do you understand it? Do you understand how idolatry works? When woman was being touched by man, man started to idolize. He started to lose his dominion. I don't know if they can hear me. He started to idolize. Who? Her. The man idolized the woman when he could see her, when he could touch her, when he could feel her. So do you understand why Abba didn't have her in that way at first? Because he's not a god of idolatry. So like I said, this is all spiritual. So you got to be spiritual to understand what the Spirit's saying. What do I mean when I say, when the woman got on the outside of that man and he could see her, touch her, and feel her, he started to idolize her? What does that mean? I'll ask you guys these questions right here. What? Let me see. How do I want to word this question? What sparks a man's arousal? What sparks a man's arousal? And watch how we're going to bring this all full circle and it'll connect like Legos for everybody listening, like I said. Thank you, Brother Cut. Worshiping the external. There you have it. There you have it. The shape of her. Move your body like a snake, ma. Okay? So you see that? The shape of her. That arouses a man. Okay? Ultimately, the things about a woman that arouses a man, we call it desire, right? His desire for her. Do y'all hear it? His desire will spark an arousal. Or in other words, as the Bible says, a man is drawn away by the lust in his own heart. He must have the desire in his heart first for something in order to then become aroused and satisfy that arousal. Do you see what I mean? If he doesn't have the desire, he won't get aroused by it. He's only aroused by what he has desire for. Do you hear that? Okay. So now, when the woman is outside of him, which it means he has desire for outside things, that's what turns him on. Look how easy that is now. Look how easy that is to understand. Now your desire is outside things that will give you, that will turn you on, that turns you on. Could be riches, could be worldly fame, could be vainglory, could be clout, it could be attention, it could be items, it could be a house, it could be a car, it could be a neighborhood, it could be any damn thing that makes you get aroused by it. If it's outside of you and you got aroused by it, then you're adulterous. So when you idolize the woman, you committed adultery on God. Do you see the words? Do you see what it means now? Hope you do. Because if it doesn't, then nothing else that I say will make sense to you. But if this makes sense to you, then everything I say will make perfect sense and click like Legos. So y'all still with me, my brothers? Got a glare on my screen from the sun, y'all. My bad, I can't really see the chat. All right. So now, y'all still with me? The man is now idolizing things outside of himself. That's what it means when the man was split and the rib was taken out. Do you see? And he saw her and he said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Now they have to become one flesh again. See, that's the part we're on now. They have to become one again because that's what God said it was in the beginning. Do you see what I mean? So the ending of that story is that they will become one flesh again. This is the mystery concerning Christ and the church, that you will become married to Christ's thoughts again. And once you're married to his thoughts, then now you're going to be made into a new image. You see, a new image, which is the image of an inward man. This is not idolatry anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now the male and the female spoken of there is what? In you, so that you can understand this marriage taking place inside of you. The male and the female being mentioned in Genesis is what going on inside of you. Like I said, I got a glare on my screen, so it's hard for me to see the chat, but it looks like somebody, Koopy Cakes, something like that, Koopy Cakes, says, is this for men only? No. We're talking about men and women. This is for all of us. You see? This is for men and women. Because these things that I'm describing are spiritual, not carnal or not fleshly. So when I say men and women, I'm not actually talking about physical men and women. This is why people get confused. They'd be like, oh, I don't understand what you're saying. You're strange. That's because I'm not speaking carnal. The Bible says a spirit. God is a spirit. So then if God is speaking to you, he's speaking to you spiritual things. So when he says a man and a woman, he's not talking about a physical man and a woman that need to become one. He's talking about your thoughts and your feelings. I told you, you got deceived when you desired something outside of yourself. When you desired something outside of yourself, you were deceived by it. You see what I'm saying to you? In other words, that's when the man listened to the woman and they failed. The man listened to the woman means your thoughts accepted your feelings, even though your thoughts knew better, or as the Bible says, the man was not deceived. Your thoughts knew the truth, that it wasn't what you needed or wasn't good for you, but your feelings wanted it anyway. And because your feelings wanted it anyway, you went forth and did it. And when you did it, you got death. Or as the Bible says, if you eat it, you shall indeed surely die. See? So if you go outside of yourself looking for power, if you go outside of yourself looking for salvation, if you go outside of yourself looking for comfort, if you go outside of yourself looking for companionship, see? If you go outside of yourself looking for a helpmeet, you see? Then you're deceived. And this is why God made them male and female in the beginning. Like Christ said, from the beginning, it was not so that a man and woman would get divorced. A thought and feelings, they should not be divorced. Your thoughts and feelings should be one. Shouldn't they be? Or should they be disjointed? You're walking around every day saying, I knew better. I knew I shouldn't have did that. We've all said it. That's why we've all said it. Because our house was divided. And if it's divided, it won't stand. You have to know the male and the female that the Spirit is speaking of, that must become one again in you. It's your thoughts and your feelings concerning what life is. Now, I told you, you're like the child in a dark room, that's afraid of the boogeyman up under his bed. There is no boogeyman there, but you will always be afraid of it if you think it is. See? Once you know that it isn't, then you're not afraid anymore. Once you're not afraid anymore, then you cannot be deceived of anything outside of you anymore. You realize nothing outside of you is real. It's idolatry if you do. So then there's no need in judging outward appearance. Does God? That's my question. Does God judge outward appearance? No. So then should you? No. But when you do, because men do, when you judge outward appearance, what's the results you get? You get death. In other words, if you choose a wife for how it look, how it make you feel, how it smell, then you've judged wrong. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Brother Cut, for putting that there. Thank you for that. Okay, well, Koopy Cakes, there's a reason you're here. No man can come to me unless the Father draws him to me. You said you were trying to connect with the Most High, and now you ended up here. So if you remain here, then maybe your eyes will be open to some things that you may not have known before. Some questions you have can be answered here, and no more uncertainty. Uncertainty comes from dwelling in the dark. So do you see this, little flock? Do you see how Abba does this? Uncertainty comes from dwelling in the dark. Uncertainty means I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm afraid, I'm nervous concerning. Those kinds of thoughts come with uncertainty. We don't want you to be uncertain. We want to turn the light on so that you're certain. Because when you're certain, now I am confident. I am secure. I am safe. Those thoughts are powerful thoughts. Those thoughts are godly thoughts. And you're calling his name. Now, Koopy Cakes, you may not know. I hope I'm saying that right. Koopy Cakes. You may not know the Father's name. His name is I am. He says, don't take my name in vain. So when you say, I am afraid, I am scared, then you're telling the Father that he is those things. Now, is he? You know that he's not. So then take his name in truth. And by taking his name in truth, you are no longer separating yourself from God. This is what we're talking about. You are now marrying yourself through his name, just like a wife does. She marries a man and takes his name. Well, now you're marrying the Father through his name. I am safe, because that's the state God is in, right? I am magnificent. Is that the state of God? I am all-knowing. Is that the state of the Father? Do you see? Hopefully you do. Okay. Now, before I end this, because like I said, my device died, so I'm not able to go over the scripture that I would like to. But now you understand Genesis. It's not good that man should be alone. You see that? But I will make for him a help meet. That is meet for him. Since he's living in the carnal world, then he will not be satisfied until he sees a carnal thing that represents a spiritual thing. Or in other words, like a Jew. Jews seek after signs, it is written. Do you see? They're not secure in anything until they see a sign. Well, that's the carnal mind's way of doing things, but we're spiritual now. You see it? So now we walk by faith. Like Koopy Cakes is saying, I'm new to the faith walk. Well, as a baby starts walking, they stumble, they fall, they're uncertain, like you said, they're uncertain at first, but eventually what happens? They get confident, they get bold, they start doing new things, they start running, they start to climb, they start to become confident. Do you see? So now, before I end this message, in order for a man and a woman, since that's what we're talking about, to make a child, they must do what, little flock? It's very easy, but we need to see this concept so we can understand what I'm about to tell you guys next before I end this message. They must do what? A man and a woman must do what in order to have a child? Specifically, what must the man do? What must he do? Brother Cuss said, get down and dirty. That's right. They got to get down and dirty, right, little flock? So specifically, the man has to become aroused. In other words, he has to desire the woman. Once he desires a woman that he sees, he desires her, he becomes aroused by her, or that fire is lit. Once he becomes aroused by her, he formulates ways in which he can get her and obtain her. Once he gets her and obtains her, he then consummates her, makes her one with him. And we know how that event takes place, but it all came from a desire, which gave him arousal. Now, his arousal means that his body changes into a way that prepares him to be able to become a farmer, to plow, and to bury seed, right? That's what I'm asking you about. That's how you have a child. A man must plow, he must bury in the earth, and he must plant into that earth, correct? Okay, so before he can plow, his body must activate. Now, I'm saying this in a nice, clean way so people don't get all offended and everything, because you know how they is about the way the grandson talk. In order for him to plant his seed, he must become aroused, in other words. Do you hear it? Now, let's talk about Jacob real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end this message for now. Jacob has his family with him: Leah, Rachel, his 2 wives, his 2 handmaidens, Bilhah, Zilpah, and his sons, his children. And he has them with him. And at this time, his brother Esau is seeking after Jacob to kill him. I hope you can hear it, little flock. His brother is seeking to kill him. He even has an army with him. Esau has an army with him to go and kill Jacob and his family and everything. Right, little flock? So Jacob is afraid of this. He said it himself. I greatly fear my brother. I am afraid of my brother. I need y'all to hear that, little flock, because we're talking about the heart of our bodies, right? Right? So now, little flock, watch what I'm telling you. Remember I asked you, in order for a man and a woman to have a child, the man has to get aroused. In other words, he has to get erect, or he can't plow. That nigga needs some Viagra or something. That nigga need a Blue Chew or some shit so that he can get aroused and that he can get erect so that he can plow. Well, when he's really desiring this woman and he's really aroused by her, he doesn't need any help. He just is going to get aroused. And once he gets aroused, he's going to plow. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Why am I saying this? Back to Jacob, and then you'll see. So Jacob gets afraid. He sends his family over this water, over this brook. Okay? He sends his family over this water. But he remains on the other side of the water, and it says, and he was left alone. See how I'm connecting these Legos, little flock? Did you see how I'm connecting the Legos? Remember I said about Adam, it is not good that he's alone. Now, before our device died, we were reading in John 16, where Yahushua says, you shall all leave me alone, but I am not alone. I wasn't able to get to it because the device died. So now we see this phrase being said in these 3 righteous men's lives. Alone, Adam. Alone, Jacob. Alone, Christ. You shall all go to your own and leave me alone, but I am not alone. For what? For the Father is with me. So then who was with Adam in the beginning? The Father, his first love. Who is with Jacob when he was wrestling? Because watch this. I didn't get to that part. I'm about to get to it right now. Now, Yahushua already said, you should leave me alone, but the Father is with me, so I'm not alone. It looked like I'm alone, but I'm not. So just like the child that's in the room, when the father comes in, turns the light on and says, you don't have anything to be afraid of, son. There's nothing under your bed. There's nothing in your closet. And I'm here to protect you. I'm right outside. So when he leaves, what keeps that child feeling that way? The word of his father. See, the word was sent. The word was God. The word was with God, was God. So then that word remained with you while you were in the room in the dark. But occasionally you heard a sound, or you may have saw something go by in your peripheral, or it started to storm outside and the wind started to blow against the window and make a lot of noise. Anything that could startle you to make you get nervous, to make you forget your father's word, that you're safe, that you're protected, that you're secure. See what I mean? To make you question that, to make you doubt it, or as Koopy Cake said, to make you uncertain. Do you see it? That's right, Brother Cut. A farmer using his stick. So do y'all see how we're getting to this? Now watch. Why did I use that when I was talking about Jacob, before I talked about Jacob? Because watch. So now Jacob's there and he's nervous, like I said. He's worried. Oh, my brother's going to kill me. Oh, my God. All my family's going to get killed. All this. So then when he remains on that side of the river, it says he was alone. And then it immediately says, there he wrestled with a man. So stop for a second, little flock. How can he be alone and be wrestling with a man? I'm going to ask you guys that and see what your answers are. Because that's what it says. Genesis 32. Read it and check it if you want to. He wrestled there with a man, but it says he was alone. Did you remember what Yahushua said? You shall all leave me this day and return to your own, but I am not alone, for the Father is with me. So then, who is Jacob wrestling with? Well, let's keep on breaking this down, and then we shall see. So Jacob wrestles with a man there, right? And then it says his hollow of his thigh was out of joint when he wrestled with the man. Do you hear that, little flock of letters? Do you hear that today? So now I want you to consider this, what I'm saying to you. Consider what I'm saying to you about a man and a woman. Can a man have a child with a woman if his junk doesn't get erect? If he has erectile dysfunction, I hope you can hear what I'm saying. The hollow of his thigh is out of joint. If his hollow of his thigh is out of joint, can he produce an offspring? In other words, if he can't get erect, can he then plow? Can he? That's my question. Thank you, Brother Cut. Let's read that real quick. Therefore, the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh, unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank. The sinew that shrank, I told you, in order for a man to plant a seed, he must grow. But if it shrinks, can he plant a seed? And where is this sinew? It's in the hollow of your thigh. Hollow means curved or curved out part, concave part, smoothed and hollow, cut out part. Do you understand what I mean? That's the hollow. So then when you look at a man's two thighs there, there's a hollow cut out part in the middle. And there's a sinew there. Can you understand? Now this man he wrestles with touches that sinew. Isn't that what it says? He touched the sinew that shrank. Isn't that what it says, little flock? We almost done, little flock. Y'all still with me? I gotta confirm it. A man can't plant seed if his sinew has shrank. Now, my question is, did Jacob say he was afraid? The night he wrestled, was he afraid? So then if he's afraid, is his thigh out of joint? The hollow of his thigh, is it out of joint if he's afraid? In other words, do he have ED? Come on, man. Come on. Hear me good. Does he have ED if he's afraid? We're spiritual, so stay spiritual. Because many people have ED. That's why you see it manifesting in the 3D. The reason why it's manifesting in the 3D is because it's happening to people spiritually. I'm describing the spiritual incontinent, the spiritual lack of virility. Fear makes you not virile. Do you understand? It makes you weak. It makes you not able to produce a child. Fear does. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You can't get it up if you're troubled. So do you see most men can't get it up because they're troubled, because they're stressed out, because they're psychologically in shambles? This has to do with spiritual stuff. This is what I'm describing to you. The sinew that shrank, it shrank because it wasn't aroused to plant no seed. In other words, you were afraid. So therefore, when you're afraid, you shrink away from a circumstance. You do not put any idea in it. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. When they were putting me in jail, I always use this. When they were putting me in jail, I supposed to have shrank. Do you see? But I got hard. And when I got hard, I busted a nut into that situation. I just have to speak the way that it come to me. I busted a nut into that situation so that I could produce a child. Do you see what I'm trying to say? But men's inclination is to become afraid when they get put into a fearful situation. That makes you impotent. It makes you impotent. It makes you not hard. It makes you not able to plant a seed. It makes you not able to plant, to make a child. In other words, a desired result. That's what a child means in the Bible. The man means thought. The woman means feeling. The child means what the thoughts and feelings have made. What your thoughts and feelings have made is your child. But you can't have a child because your thoughts are impotent. Why are your thoughts impotent? Because your thoughts are, I am scared. I am afraid of my brother Esau. So then God has to come and touch your thigh that's out of joint. That shrank away. He got to touch that. And he got to bless you and give you a new name, make you a new man with a new sinew. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you, little flock, or not? Do you understand what I'm saying to you, little flock? That's right, Brother Cut. Your faith is increased. I hope you guys, ain't faith the strong man of the house? isn't it? So if he was fearful, is he a strong man of the house? So then can he get, is he hard? Is he hard? You see what I'm trying to say? If he's afraid, is he hard? No, he's weak. He's limp. His sinew didn't shrink. So now I got to change you into a new man so that you can become a fruitful branch. Israel, you're gonna bear 12 manner of fruit. Do you see what I'm saying? You're gonna be a fruitful branch. Hope y'all can hear that. The strong man stand firm. That's right. So what did I say, brother Cut? When they locked me up, what did I say? I am free. So I got hard and I busted a nut. Do you see the words that I'm saying? That was the nut that I busted. I'm free. Now, did I bear that child? I'm right here talking to you guys. So then I must have had a child. That was my child. I am free. That was the experience. Do you see how I said the child is the experience that your thoughts and your feelings make? Because my thoughts were I am free. My feelings acted as though they were subject to that dominion. Well, honey, if we're free, then let me act like we're free. Let me feel the feelings that we are. Now they're one. And because they're one, they are fucking. And because they're fucking, they're going to have a child. Do you understand? Don't be offended at how I'm saying it, because I'm not a preacher of the old world of outward appearance. I'm a preacher of the word of the heart. I'm saying it in a way that anybody can understand what I'm saying so clearly. You can't deny it. That's why I'm saying it like that. You see what I mean, little flock? So do y'all follow what I'm saying about this? About alone? You're proving you're not alone if you can produce a child with your wife. Your wife is not the woman outside of you. Oh my goodness gracious. Your wife is the woman inside of you. Your feelings. That's your wife. That's your first love that you went astray from. And your feelings must be corrected. Who's going to do that? The Father, who you're going to wrestle with. But Father, that's wrestling. But Esau's so strong. What do you mean I'm safe? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, my son. So why are you worried about his army? Because look at them. Doesn't Esau have the blessing of the sword? He could probably kill me so easily then, couldn't he? That's wrestling with God. That's make your dick little and shrink up when you think like that. In other words, it make you a weak ass man when you're like that. But when you're like, I'm safe, now you're Israel, because you have wrestled with God and prevailed. Oh my goodness gracious. This is why Israelites don't eat the sinew that shrank. Eat means to become one with. So they don't become one with a feeling or a thought that makes them impotent. Come on, little flock. Do y'all hear what I'm saying today? So much wisdom and so much knowledge filled and packed up in this that you can't deny it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, little flock. I'm gonna leave it there. And like I said, hopefully Abba will give us some time and opportunity to come back and do some more messages later on, little flock. But y'all be blessed today. I hope y'all can get that. I hope y'all can understand that, because like I said, it's filled with wisdom. So I'll be blessed today, little flockulators. Peace to y'all. Salwan Israel.